Police Department calling all cars, attention all cars. Watch for all automobiles bearing Florida license plates. Have just received tip that the Dillinger gang has arrived in Tucson. Take no chances, boys. They are armed and dangerous. That's all.
Ladies and gentlemen, the exacting and often hazardous duties of your police and firemen demand that the automotive equipment they use deliver sparkling, dependable performance. When life or death may be a matter of a split second, their gasoline must be good. Instant starting, unlimited power, quick getaway, night and day. That's why we are so proud to say that more police cars, ambulances, fire engines, and motorcycles in Southern California and Arizona are powered with Rio Grande crack than all other brands combined. Remember, this gasoline is exactly the same as that which you can buy at any Rio Grande service station. Nothing is added. If you are now a user of Rio Grande crack with tetraethyl, then you know what cracked performance means. If you are not, then try a tankful tomorrow and enjoy the smooth, effortless, 100% performance required by police and fire departments. Rio Grande crack with tetraethyl costs you no more. Ladies and gentlemen, Chief James E. Davis of the Los Angeles Police Department.
Good evening, friends. The members of your police department are second to none in the world in handling a revolver. They are trained to shoot with the maximum amount of accuracy because we want the world to know that Los Angeles is a hot spot for desperate criminals. Tonight we bring you the story of John Dillinger, America's #1 criminal, who roams at large in the Middle West. It is just such desperados as Dillinger that we are prepared to meet. I have selected this story because it illustrates a timely warning to the citizens of this country that they must have trained law enforcement officers, honest and fearless, and that they, the citizens, must support their police. I asked Chief Wallard of Tucson, Arizona, to come here as my guest because his work in capturing John Dillinger and his gang is an outstanding example of police diligence and alertness. Chief Wallard, will you address the radio listeners?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I feel highly honored that Chief Davis has selected as one of his cases to be dramatized on this splendid program the activities of the men of the Tucson police force in capturing the notorious Dillinger gang. And I also feel it an honor that Chief Davis has asked me to appear on this program with him. However, I'm acting only as a representative of those fine boys who work with me. Although I had my part in directing their activities, too much praise cannot be given to the intelligence and bravery of those police officers who did their duty unflinchingly when asked to track down the ruthless and lawless band of men we had to deal with. It is peace officers like these boys of mine, and like these officers of Chief Davis, that make Los Angeles and Tucson such pleasant places for you citizens to live in. I won't take any further time to tell you about the capture of the Dillinger mob. You're about to hear the story just as it occurred. As I know that you're eager for the play to begin, I'll turn the microphone over to Frederick Lindsley, who will carry on with the story.
Thank you, Chief Wallard. September 26, 1933. Pierpont and Russell Clark, accompanied by 7 other convicts, successfully escaped from the Indiana State Penitentiary. As the 10 desperate criminals disappear into the mists of early morning, all Indiana awakens to a reign of terror. 2 days later in Lima, Ohio.
Are you the sheriff?
Yeah.
You're holding John Dillinger here?
Yeah?
Well, we come to get him.
Who are you?
Officers from Michigan City, Indiana. He's wanted there.
You'll have to show me your credentials.
Here's our credentials.
Oh. Terror spreads throughout the Middle West. Hysterical fear mounts. Not since the days when Jesse James rode the prairie have respectable citizens lived in such mortal dread of a ruthless outlaw. Dillinger is loose. Indianapolis.
$21,000 taken from the Massachusetts Avenue Bank.
New Carlisle, Ohio.
Bandits take $53,000 from the New Carlisle Bank in daring daylight robbery.
Harold, Pennsylvania.
Hold up at a Harold Bank. Lost $24,000.
Daleville, Indiana.
Hold up at a loss of $3,500.
Montpelier, Indiana.
$12,000 haul from the Montpelier Bank.
Racine, Wisconsin.
Hold up at American Bank and Trust Company. Lost $27,000.
Greencastle, Indiana.
$74,000 bank robbery.
East Chicago.
Hold up at the First National Bank. $20,000 stolen. 1 policeman murdered.
Such is the list of crimes attributed to the Dillinger mob. Federal authorities combine forces with state and local peace officers. Roads are blocked. The militia is called out. Then, as suddenly as it began, the reign of terror ends. Peace once more is restored in the Middle West. The shattered nerves of farmer, merchant, and banker gradually return to normal. Dillinger seems to have disappeared from the face of the earth. A pale desert moon casts its transparent coverlet over the jagged crest of Mount Lemmon. From a sandy wash, a coyote howls at the silent Sahara that broods above him, thrusting its spiny arms toward the star-speckled velvet dome overhead. Across this scene of beautiful desolation comes a discordant note, a tinny popular song, played by a 3-piece orchestra in a desert roadhouse. The place is a few miles from Tucson, Arizona. It is the night of January 24th, 1934.
This isn't a bad sound. Surprising, to find a night spot like this out in the middle of the desert.
Yeah, it's all right. But I'll sure be glad to get into that sales meeting in L.A. You know, I get the jitters out in this country. Why, you're liable to wake up any morning with a rattlesnake in bed with you.
Oh, no, Harry, that's a lot of bunk. Why, all the rattlesnakes are asleep in the winter.
Winter? How would a rattlesnake know this was winter? Well, it's 3 stiff collars today while I was making my call. If this is winter, then L.A. was in the Arctic Circle.
Well, you don't need to worry about the snakes, Harry. Just have another shot of this.
It's not a bad idea at all. Well, here's the bigger and better sale.
Yeah, at least better than last year.
Pardon me, boys. Can I buy you a little drink?
Why, sure.
That's fine. What do you have?
Well, give me another highball, eh?
What about your friend here?
Oh, make mine the same.
Hey, bartender. 2 highballs and 1 straight.
Yes, sir.
Pardon me for butting in like this, but I'm a stranger in town here, and I'm all alone. I sort of wanted company. Get it?
Why, sure. That's all right.
Well, glad to have you.
Thanks. You look like a couple of all right mugs to me. Geez, what a crummy joint this is. Look at that thing they call an orchestra. Why, the spot's back in Chi. You ever been in Chi?
If I ever been to Chicago, say, why, I've got one of the most...
That's a great town, Chi. Why, they really do things.
pal of mine's got a trucking racket back there, and he's making $1 million. That's the sort of racket to be in. Something honest, where you share the dough out of the suckers. I don't like bump-offs very much. Beef's bad wherever it's sold.
Say, when you listen to that, he's fine this fellow. He's a tough guy. He's probably handling a line of kid shoes out of Minneapolis.
Yeah.
What's the extra fun of that?
Well, what was that you were saying?
My partner and me was just agreeing that you're right. We don't care much for the bump-off jobs ourselves.
Yeah? What's your racket?
Soup.
Yeah?
Sure.
I'm a banker myself.
Is that right?
Sure, I don't like to work with soup. Takes too much time to get into the safe. Set the fuse. I just walk in and stick 'em up. It's quicker and cleaner unless you have to turn the heat on somebody.
Yeah, that's right, but you get more our way.
Maybe. Let's have another drink.
By the time the desert moon has set, the two salesmen and their new friend have exchanged many confidences. On the way into Tucson, Clark, the man who prefers sticking up banks to blowing them up, discovers that they're all staying at the Congress Hotel. He invites the salesman to his room for a nightcap.
Sure, things got a little hot back east, so I came out here with a couple of pals until it cools off.
Figuring on any stick-ups out here?
No, are you?
Maybe.
You're damn fool to try it.
Yeah, why?
There's only 2 roads out of Arizona, and every Indian woodpicker knows the country better than you do. We can never make a getaway.
Maybe you're right.
Say, I got some new equipment here. Like to see it?
Sure thing.
Just a minute till I open up this grip.
Say, will you look at that?
That's a real thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Here's a new super caliber machine gun. Takes a 35.1.
Gee, that's quite a weapon, isn't it?
Weapon? Okay, it is. This baby's dynamite. Rip a hole in you big enough to drive a truck through.
I think we better be getting to bed. It's pretty late.
What's the hurry? Charlie will be here soon.
Who's Charlie?
He's my partner. You ought to see him handle a sawed-off shotgun.
Yeah, no thanks. I think we better get to bed. Glad to meet you, pal.
Yeah, sure. No, so
Yeah, sure. Well, I'll be an honest expensive, Harry. That isn't good.
Listen, Harry. That guy's a real thing. He ain't kidding.
You're telling me? You better report him to the police.
Well, let's not be in too big a hurry. After all, he hasn't done anything to us.
Maybe he's some kind of a big gangster. The police are looking for him.
Maybe, but let's not be too hasty. We can talk about it tomorrow.
All right, then,
Early the following morning, while the guests in the hotel are still asleep, fire is discovered in the dining room, looking upward from the heating plant in the basement. The telephone operator on duty calls the fire department, and then with heavy smoke swirling around her switchboard, she sticks to her post.
No! This is the operator downstairs. The hotel's on fire. Get out at once. Hello? Yes, that smoke you smell. The hotel's on fire. 216. The hotel's on fire. Get out. Hello? With the more open. No, sir. Not all of them. The fire's just got out. I can't get anyone now.
Get outside, Mary. I'll try to go through the building and warn them.